Hello everyone, welcome to your English class. I hope you are fine everyone. So dear students, today we are going to do the poem The Ant and the Cricket from the book Honeydew. The poem The Ant and the Cricket has been adapted from Aesop's fable. Okay students, tell me what is a fable? Fine, I will tell you. A fable is a story about animals that has a moral. Now I think this is clear to you what a fable is. A fable is a story about animals that has a moral. This poem is basically a fable that conveys a moral. This poem is about an ant and a cricket and contains an idea of far-reaching significance which is as true of a four-legged cricket as of a two-legged one. The moral behind the poem is live today but save for tomorrow. There are two characters in this poem, the ant and the cricket. First of all, I will tell you about the ant. The ant represents people who are wise and bold, who can face all types of situations. They are strong and mentally powerful. They are never anxious as they have planned everything well in advance. The second character is the cricket. In this poem, the cricket represents people who do not think about their future. If you don't save for your future, you are destined to suffer. They love merrymaking and always look for enjoyment. People like this face problems or difficulties in the future. So now, let's start the poem. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. In these lines, the poet is saying that there was a cricket who loved to sing. The poet calls him young and silly because he sang all the months of summer and spring with no worries in the world. Began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Then he began to complain as the winter arrived. He found that his cupboard was empty and he had no food to eat. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. In these lines, the poet is saying that neither a leaf nor a flower could he find. Everything was covered under the snow. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? Then the cricket cried as he imagined his bad situation. At last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from the rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. In these lines, the poet is saying that at last, out of hunger and starvation, being all wet and cold, the cricket set off to a house of miserly ant. He wanted to know if he would lend him a mouthful of grain and a shelter from rain to keep him alive. Even the cricket promised himself that he would repay the ant. He knew that if he did not do this, he would die of hunger and pain. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But in these lines, the poet is saying that the ant said to the cricket that he is his servant and friend, but they neither borrow nor lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Caught the cricket not. My heart was so light that I sang day and night. For all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say? In these lines, the poet is saying that the ant asked the cricket if he did not store a single grain of food when the weather was warm. The cricket replies carelessly that he sang day and night as his heart was light and happy. As the nature looked very happy, he did not store any food. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Now the ant told him to go and try dancing and singing once again during the rough or bad times of winter. And at last the winter turned the cricket out. Fox called this a fable I'll warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs, some have 2. In these lines, the poet is saying that people say that the story of ant and the cricket is imaginary or a fable with a moral. But poet thinks that the story is true and educated. Some people live only in present. They spend what they earn and make merry, but they regret this habit later on. I think students, now the story, this poem is clear to you. Okay, now what is the message conveyed by the poet? That when we are young, we must spend our time working and planning for the future. The cricket enjoyed sunny moments of summer and spring and did not think of the cold and difficult moments of winter. But the ant was occupied all through summer and spring, collecting food for the winter and storing it safely. The central idea of the poem is the importance of preparing for the future. The ant planned while the cricket did not bother and then suffered the consequences. Okay students, now we will do poetic devices of the poem. First is personification. Personification is when humans' characteristics are given to animals or non-living things. This is called personification. As in the poem, the ant and the cricket are personified as humans as they are talking and thinking like humans. The second is metaphor. Metaphor, it is a comparison of two things, and the example of metaphors in this poem is some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. Means in these lines the poet compares lazy and careless people with the cricket. And the last is the rhyme scheme of the poem. The rhyme scheme of this poem is AA, BB, CC, DD. That is, the last word of each line rhymes with that of the next line. Example, sing, spring, found, ground, sea, tree. Like this. Okay students, I hope now the poem is clear to you. Thank you and have a nice day. Stay home, stay healthy, stay safe.